That is a false as well. Women make less money than men because men work more hours. They tend to work more dangerous jobs.
Because women get pregnant.
Yeah, because women get pregnant.
That is a what? A choice?
That's
a choice?
What do you mean it's a choice? That's 50-50.
It's a co-choice. It's a co-choice.
Excuse me, what? It takes two. It takes two to create a freaking baby. Are you joking?
Hold on. Let me finish my point. Number one, it is not a choice because men have zero say in anyone that gets born in the United States.
But they do have a say in creating the baby. So
yeah, they can wrap it up.
No.
I'm confuzzled.
You're confused because, like, okay, women have 100% authority over who gets born and who gets aborted in the United States. Men have zero reproductive rights. Your body, your choice, which means your body, your responsibility. So I'm gonna tell you this right now too, because if I was to impregnate you and I wanted the kid and you said I'm not having a kid, you can abort the kid, but it doesn't work the other way around. So you're responsible, okay? So pregnancy
You're both responsible.
No. The woman is the responsible.
No. What are you saying?
Yeah.
How are you not responsible?
Men can get women pregnant every single time that they have sex and ejaculate. Women can only get pregnant like 2-3 days of the month. So it's really, I feel, up to the man to make sure that they don't have a baby.
Remember how we said only 10?
Nah, these girls are dumb.
They're tripping.
These girls are actually dumb. It takes two to tango, yes. But if you, as the woman, are having unprotected sex, it's not just the man that can strap up. Do you know what I mean? You could tell the man to strap up. You could stop him from having sex with you if you know you're not on any contraception and there's a risk that you get pregnant. Do you know what I mean? You can't specifically blame it on the guy. Furthermore, she's saying, oh, there's only about 3 days in the month that you can get pregnant. Okay. So you as the woman and knowing your cycle, you should more than likely know the times that you're most fertile and more likely to fall pregnant. The man's not going to know that. Man's not going to know what time of the month it is for you, whether you're at that stage where you can get pregnant or not. It is a woman's responsibility because you are the one that will get pregnant. You are the one that knows your body. And they're right in what they're saying. You do get the final decision. You can't put it all on a man because you're in that moment as well and you could say, strap up, I'm not on any contraception. I'm actually like just flabbergasted at what they're saying right now.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say right now. Let's see how far they're willing to take this.
10% of men are having sex with all the women. Whose choice is it to fuck the guy?
I mean...
Okay, thank you. The point is this.
I don't even know what he said.
You guys, who
But it's
chooses...
still a man's responsibility to wrap it up and make sure he doesn't impregnate.
No, it is not.
That's not what he wants.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. Why is it not his responsibility? That doesn't make any sense.
If you don't want a kid, of course it's your responsibility.
Let me finish my
Ladies.
point. Stop cutting me off.
Radio. Remember.
Because, again, like I'm telling you guys, you choose who you have sex with. Pro-choice, pro-body, which means pro-responsibility. No, because women fuck who they want, men fuck who they can. So if you let a man have sex with you and inseminate inside you, you are responsible for what happens after that because that man has no say once there's conception. Period. So that's like me telling you, okay, listen, I have $1 million. Okay, I'm going to spend it how I want, but then you're responsible for me being broke in a couple years. I have no say. You have no say in how I spend the money, correct? So therefore, you cannot have authority without responsibility. The problem is that you want all the authority with zero responsibility. Okay? More of this feminist propaganda. Another thing, going back to the wage gap, does not exist. Men work more hours, women take more time.
I will say one thing though before he goes on. Although I agree mostly with his point, it is still a man's responsibility to wrap up. Yeah, I mean, for your own safety, you should be wrapping up. Forget about the woman for a second. For your own safety, you need to wrap up because we are not really privy to when women are able to conceive or whatever.
Yeah.
We're not privy to what days those will be. I think women are more clued up on that than I don't know what days the girl is going to be fertile to for a baby to be conceived. But I still think you have a responsibility because it does take two to tango. And if you inseminate a woman, although it is now everything is on her because the baby's inside her, whatever she decides is going to go, just protecting yourself, you need to wrap up.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's definitely both responsibilities. And if you're not looking to have a child and you're definitely not looking to have a child with that particular person, then, you know, the wise thing would be to use protection. However, I don't think that what these women are saying is correct, where they're just pointing the fingers and saying it's solely the man's responsibility. No, it's not. Yeah,
I mean, I don't agree with them, what they're saying. I mostly agree with Myron. All I'm saying really is that whilst it's going to be inside of her, and so it's at that point it's her responsibility, just biologically it is. There's nothing we can do after that. But beyond that, if you're looking just before that, like, you have a responsibility to yourself because, I mean, if you inseminate her and she decides to keep it, you're screwed. There's a responsibility on both sides. I would say it lands much more heavily on the woman's side. His points do stand there, As much as people might not like Myron, his points do stand there. I'm a bit confused though where they're going with this, where the girls are going with this anyway.
Men work more dangerous jobs, and men work in the fields like STEM that are male-dominated, earn more money. Women work in fields that are female-dominated that tend to pay less.
Why are they male-dominated?
Again, because
by choice.
By choice.
Okay.
There's 60% of college attendees right now are women. So women 100% pick where they want to go to school and what they want to do for work. It just so happens that women tend to pick careers that pay less money and they want to work less hours. Also,
who decides how much they make? A freaking man.
No, because they're choosing these careers. They choose the careers that pay less.
I mean, I feel like it's also...
It's not I feel like. Let me finish.
It's not I feel like.
It's not I feel like. Again, it's facts.
Okay,
Men choose jobs that are more dangerous, that pay more, and they work more hours, and they're less likely to take time off. And like you said, pregnancy, which is true, it does contribute to them making less money, but pregnancy is a choice. As a matter of fact, it's a 100% female choice.
Yeah,
so
it depends on which state you're
in.
But
you can almost every state in the United
States. Or what religion you're from.
Again.
Or what kind of stigma you're going to go through.
Again, absolving yourself of responsibility.
I'm not absolving myself. I'm just saying there's nuances here.
No, I ain't going to kick her off. You need to hear this.
No, fresh.
No, listen. The point is this. Almost every state in the United States has pro-abortion laws. If your state doesn't have it, you can easily drive over the border and get an abortion done. Okay?
No, it's not easily. Are you kidding me? Women die all the time from over the border abortions. Like, what are you saying?
We live in a first world country.
Yes, and you just said over the border.
Abortions are over the border like another state.
Women don't die all the time from over the border abortions. That doesn't happen anymore. That would be an astronomically low percentage because abortions are they're still legal in America. There's certain places in America you can't get it. There's certain places that are pro-life and you will have to drive over the border to get it legally. I believe places like California and New York and those sort of places still do it. So this idea that women are dying at the border for abortions is not true. It would be a minuscule amount. America is a first world place. That's just not happening. You can legally get abortions. You getting pregnant, there are certain ways to stop it, right? We've got the morning after pill. You've got the ability to use contraception beforehand. And if you do happen to fall pregnant outside of, even if you're using those, you can still go to pro-abortion states and you can still have the child aborted. How does this girl not know that living in America? How can you be that dense? To say that women are dying from having abortions at the border, that's not happening. That is not happening. If it is happening, it is happening to an astronomically small number of people. And there's probably other factors that are causing that to happen.
Not Mexico.
I'm
another
sorry.
State.
You're acting as if like these women have the ability to just like pick up and go and get a freaking abortion. Like, are you like what? Like women still have to work. Women still have to like figure it out.
But they also have the ability
money.
to choose who they have sex with and who they let inseminate them. Correct?
Not who they let. I'm sorry, I can't let you. Like, you're gonna do it. I'm not in charge of your body.
Yeah,
you're gonna do it whether I know or not.
What if someone does it? They don't even ask. They just do it.
Yeah, I've been in that situation.
That
actually, I'll touch on that.
Personally.
Where you're like, yo, put a condom on, and then they don't put a condom on. You're like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Listen. You cannot have pro-choice and all the authority and then try to mitigate responsibility.
We don't have all the freaking authority.
Yes,
what
you do.
Are you saying?
Yes, you do. It is your body. Can I tell you?
But you're the one that started it.
No, and you're the one.
But these women are talking about rape now.
Yeah.
They're talking about using rape as an argument for this is a shit argument. It's not happening most of the time. And when it does happen, I am pretty sure the laws are sympathetic to that happening. The fact of the matter is that if you get into a bed with a man consensually and he inseminates you, you do have a responsibility to deal with it beyond that point because the man physically cannot. It's not whether you want to hear that or not. It's just men can't deal with it. There's nothing we can do. It is in your hands.
Just from a female perspective, I just think that if you're not on any contraception, then you are playing a risky game having unprotected sex anyway. Even if he didn't, inside you, you can still get pregnant.
If he doesn't come inside you, you can still get how?
Pre-cum.
I'm pretty sure you can't get.
I'm pretty sure that's how I was conceived.
You just gave YouTube bare information. Okay. Sabi's right. Most pre-cum doesn't have any sperm in it, but sometimes it does, and if it does, then you can get pregnant. So I guess she's right.
It's just risky. I just personally wouldn't risk it if I knew I wasn't on any contraception. And if he has done that, then like you're saying, there's things you could have gone and got the morning after pill if you know that you definitely don't want to be pregnant by this man.
Yeah, and it's also illegal to do that to a woman. It's illegal to force yourself on a woman. So if he has done that and he has inseminated you, then you can go to the authorities and get that sorted out. It's an unfortunate situation, but we don't use that. That data is too fringe to use in an argument like this.
And you're the one that chose to have sex with him. It always goes back to the woman. You can't do not
this
like.
Is mind blowing.
No, it's not mind blowing.
Oh my god, what time is it?
It's fact.
All right, so what?
Like, do you not?
It takes two. You're acting as if I can literally inseminate myself.
Pause.
Like, what?
How can I be responsible over something?
Because you're the one that did it.
Well, hold on. But do I have any power or control once semen is inside you?
No.
What? Okay, but how did the semen get in there?
No.
How did it get in there?
Because exactly. Because how did the semen? Hold on, let me finish. How did the semen get in there?
Yeah.
The semen got in there because you allowed me to do that. Correct?
Wow. What are you
All right,
saying?
so what?
There's
all right,
accidents that happen all the time.
Ladies.
Like there's two people that
Now
are
it's an accident.
responsible.
Pause, ladies. What Myron is saying is you actually laid on the bed. You brought the man to your bedroom. You guys said no. You allowed him to enter the bedroom. You put on your pants. You had the choice whether or not to say yes or no. All right. It's not the man. If grape is one thing, right? But you allowed the man to enter your pants, and all of a sudden, what happens after that is your choice. All right.
But he also allowed himself to come back to the house. He also allowed himself to take his pants off, and he also allowed himself to finish inside that girl.
But
why are we not getting that?
Listen, but the responsibility is this: if you don't want to deal with this man, you chose to have sex with this man.
And if he didn't want to deal with a baby in the future, then he should have wrapped it.
It doesn't matter beyond that point. Yeah, it's his responsibility to not inseminate a crazy girl like you. But once he does inseminate you, he can't do anything. Game over for him at that point. Whatever you decide to do, he's going to have to run with. Men do not have the same reproductive rights as you do because we can't reproduce. We inseminate you and then you decide what happens. Why is this a hard concept for her to grasp? She seems like she's on something. She can't be this stupid.
I think she's gone too far to backtrack now.
Yeah, it's one of them ones where she stuck her foot right in the mud and she just doesn't want to retract it. She's like, well, fuck it, I might as well just sink the whole ship.
You know what?
Exactly.
You know,
hold on,
Or pulled out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or pulled out.
Ladies,
It's really that
again,
easy.
Or asked if you're ovulating.
The point is, again, like, it's crazy to me how you want all the benefits that come from pro-choice and everything, but you don't want to. You want to absolve yourself of the responsibility.
I mean, you want to absolve yourself from the responsibility of having a child, as if the child is only going to be like an egg without a sperm. Like that's just
I
okay.
have one question. Can I make you have an abortion?
No.
You could definitely influence. You could definitely influence.
No. Physically, I don't know.
Can I make you have an abortion?
You could definitely influence. Yeah,
Can I
for
make
sure.
an
Because if a
abortion?
man,
Hold on, okay, cool.
if a man is like, yo, I don't want this baby,
It's a yes or no.
thing.
Can I?
It's a yes or no.
Can I?
It's not a yes or no. It's a
Can I?
very
Okay, so whose
touchy
choice is
area.
it ultimately at the end of the day? Please tell me. Your choice, right?
I mean,
Both of them, because
listen,
you literally
yeah,
weren't
it's a
careful.
two-way thing.
No. I just asked you, can I make you do something with your body? You just said no. So whose choice is it at the end of the day?
Okay,
No,
can I make
but
you
you
not
can
come
be
inside me? No.
influenced.
So
Exactly.
therefore,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ultimately, whose choice is it?
Both of you.
yeah,
No,
it's a two-way thing.
If you don't want a kid, how are you going to
Chat,
sit there and
chat,
tell
am I
me?
going crazy?
Let her talk.
You just said no.
Nah, it's just like,
What?
bro, it's just crazy because like you want the authority, you want the
keep
pro-choice.
saying this, but you're also removing yourself completely from the responsibility of having a kid.
Because here's the thing: if you want pro-choice, I'm not saying it's right, but what I am saying is that the man has pro-wallet choice as well. You choose to have the kid, and he doesn't want to support you financially. That's your choice. It should be. But here's the thing: we have conventions, and we have.
This is honestly painful to watch. I don't know how she's not making the distinction. Yes, if I go to a girl's house and stick my penis inside her, that was my choice. If I come inside her, that was my choice. Whatever happens after that is not. I don't have a say in what happens. Whether I'm having a baby or not comes down to this woman. I don't have a say in that. I can only hope that she does something that we've both agreed on.
But I don't think she's understanding his overarching point of that.
Yeah, she's either so stupid that she doesn't understand basic terminology he's using and the way he's phrasing it, or she hates Myron and Fresh so much that she's not willing to engage in the argument properly. It's very, very clear what is being stated here.
And we have things set up. where if a woman makes a bad reproductive choice, she's still able to extract resources from that man via the state.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this,
which
okay?
is not all the way cool.
Well, hey, listen, if you're going to be pro-choice, the man should be pro-wallet, but it doesn't work that way, which goes to prove even further that it is 100% the woman's authority if the child is born or not. Men have zero reproductive rights.
We're literally going to disagree. Because we're never going to understand each other's point, because you're literally removing yourself completely from the fact that how a baby is created. Like, I don't know if you didn't go to science class, but like that's not how it works.
All right, so tell me how an abortion works. Tell me.
Let her talk.
It's just not how it works.
One pause. What? Tell me how an abortion works.
You just don't have.
Tell me.
You don't have.
Mark, sorry. Tell me how an abortion works.
I mean, I've never gotten one, but take it out.
But you science, like you said. Tell me how the abortion works. Is a man available? Does the man have to be there?
No. What does that have to do with anything? Men don't have to be there at
all.
all.
If he's a man, he'll be there. He'll take you and he'll make sure that you're supported.
We're not going to get anywhere with this because, like I said, accountability, like there's just no accountability.
I mean, there's no accountability for you saying, how did this baby get here? It's not my choice. No, you're the one who created the kid.
Accountability only exists if there's some sort of like authority in it. I don't have any
your
authority.
Was not to not pull out.
I think the mistake that Myron made here was not explaining to her the part the man plays first, because I think what she got from it is that Myron was saying that men have no part to play in it whatsoever, and I think she got defensive because of that. What I would have said to her is that yes, if I make the dumb decision to stick my penis in a crazy woman like you, up until that point, it was my choice. You didn't force me to put myself inside you. Yes, I agree with that. So it does take two to tango. The baby's not going to be made just with the woman. However, the decision to bring the baby to term is solely a woman's decision. We can say what we want and we can kick and scream as much as we want, and the most we can do is change laws that are either pro-life or pro-choice. That's the most a man can do. But an everyday man who inseminates a woman doesn't have a say in it. If she wants to drive her ass over to New York to get an abortion or stay in Texas and keep the child, there's nothing the man can do. So at that point, it is 100% your responsibility if the child comes to term. If the child does come to term because you both made the child, then it's both of your responsibility. But Myron's point was, if you decide to keep the child and bring it to term, that is solely your decision. Men have no say in it because biologically it is impossible for us to have a say in it. We don't control your bodies and what you decide to do with them. If you decide to have an abortion, that's your say. And if you decide to keep it, that is also your say. How she didn't understand that is beyond me. Well, honestly, I think she did, and she just got defensive, and she didn't want to have a proper conversation about it. I don't even think there's a proper conversation to be had. It's just, it is that way. That's how it is.
Yeah. She's arguing against nothing.
God, that was so annoying. That was so annoying. We can end the video now.
Yeah, it was quite painful.
That actually drained me mentally.